Hey Scorpios, hope that you're all doing well. Please note these are general readings. The messages are not going to resonate with everybody. So just take what does and leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. It just means that maybe next time we'll be more connected to your energy specifically. But please remember too that if you're searching for answers and you'd like a private reading, you can definitely book online, and you can find a link to my website in the description box below. And that will focus directly on your own situation. Okay. All right, Scorpios. I feel like you're a little stuck right now. Not necessarily in a bad way, but the first card that you have here is Welcome the New, but it's in reverse. Some of you might be resisting change. You might not want change to happen because you're happy with the way that things are, or just because it might be a little overwhelming, right? You also have take the next step now, but that's in reverse as well. So that would make sense as to not welcoming the news because you're not taking a step. You are staying firm in whatever it is that you believe or want or wherever you are in life. Your next card is Get Some Rest. Some of you could be spinning your wheels. Maybe you're caught up a lot in your mind, and that is what's doing your brain in right now. Is you could be very fixated on something, and because you're so fixed on it, you're literally tiring yourself out. Now, if this is not you, it could be somebody in your environment, all right? Energy in your environment. Maybe somebody is not willing to change or grow, and maybe they're being stubborn and they're not willing to take a next step. But the good news is welcoming the new. Oh, okay, I get it. You have the Star. So for welcoming the new, the Star is a major arcana card. It's a beautiful card. It is one that speaks to hope, inspiration, creativity, calmness, contentment, renewal, serenity, spirituality, healing, and positivity. Okay? So you might be going through a spiritual change or spiritual growth right now, and maybe that's why things are uncomfortable, and maybe that's why you feel so tired. You could be going through one of your transformations at this point in time. So maybe that's why it's hard to feel, very positive or motivated or free. Normally, this speaks to feeling serene, and having that spiritual connection. You could be dealing with an Aquarius for that matter, but somebody was struggling a little bit with welcoming the new. But the beauty of this card is that's going to heal. That's going to clear up now. And with that hope and renewal, you'll start feeling more confident in yourself, and people are definitely going to like you for who you are, right? And it can also indicate creativity and artistic flair. So it might be a great time to take up an artistic hobby of some sort. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe you need to find out some potential that you have, some hidden talent that you didn't even realize you were capable of. And that might bring forth some beautiful energy that makes you happy and gives you that sense of renewal. Take the next step now in reverse. Strength in reverse. So that could be the blockage right now. When that strength card is in reverse, maybe you're dealing with a Leo, but again, it is another major arcana. And it speaks to vulnerability or self-doubt or low self-esteem or a lack of confidence or feeling inadequate. Now, this, again, like I said, could be the person that you're dealing with, and that's why it's so hard. That could be the blockage right now as to why you're not able to take a step forward or allow changes in your life. You're just feeling afraid, right? Like, that makes perfect sense. When we go through these changes and these growth cycles, it's frightening because everything that we've known starts to shift. And internally, we feel completely out of control. And that is why we end up not, how do I put this? We don't take advantage of opportunities now, or we don't step forward into something. It's just better to stay safe. And that could be in a belief system. That could be, like, for example, I'm not going to get into a relationship because I've been hurt every single time before. And therefore, if that's the norm, then I'm not doing it. Well, the star is here to tell you that that's the blockage, right? Is the belief system. Or perhaps you don't feel like you have the strength. Maybe you're feeling weak at the moment. Maybe you were dealing with some health issues. But regardless, it's saying take the next step now because you do have the strength. You just have to go within and find it. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe you've told yourself subconsciously, I don't have the strength to make these changes, but you do. And of course, this is not for every Scorpio, right? So please don't freak out in the comments, people, and start saying, oh, yeah, I am strong. This is garbage. Guess what? There are other Scorpios out there that may be going through some struggles at this point in time. And this is for them. And this is the compassion that we give them and the love we give them. And this is spirit coming through and saying, hey, I'm here for you. And you're not alone. And this is part of the process, but you're going to come out of it. Sometimes we all need a little reassurance. It doesn't, even Superman needs Lois, right? Because everybody needs something or someone at some point in time. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe some of you or the people or person you're dealing with doesn't want to rely on somebody else. It scares the crap out of them, scares the shit out of them. But what Spirit is saying is that it's okay to go within, and maybe this getting some rest is going to help you reconnect with the strength that you're trying to find. Same with whoever you're dealing with. Maybe that's their issue, and maybe they might take a step back. So if you notice that in the next day or so that your person kind of, takes a step back, it might be because they just need to heal a little bit. There we go. High Priestess in reverse. You could be dealing with a Pisces, and maybe that's what is kind of throwing you off here, especially when it comes to Pisces, because yeah, this definitely sounds like a Pisces thing to do where they end up going into seclusion. But then again, you're also very close to Pisces, right? Pisces and Scorpio are sister signs. So let's dive a little further into this being in reverse, and you're going to find out that maybe somebody is feeling bad because they're having fertility issues. It's possible. Maybe there's a repression of intuition or blocked psychic powers or unwanted attention. Or maybe there's some uncontrolled outbursts or sexual tension that needs to be released. Or maybe there's a lack of self-belief again, like we were talking about, especially with this strength card. But that's definitely what this High Priestess is saying. So again, getting some rest, taking some time out to reconnect with the self to heal. That's what's most important right now. And healing means anything. It could just mean rejuvenating energy because somebody just doesn't have the energy right now. And maybe this is a message for the cross watchers, right? This could be for you guys that, Scorp just doesn't have the strength right now to deal with angry outbursts possibly, or moodiness, or any type of emotional imbalance, because they're in the process right now of trying to balance themselves out, right? Because all of us, we can't continue to take care of others when we need to take care of ourselves. And I think that that's what this is saying right now. Either you, Scorps, or somebody around you is going to be taking a little bit of time to get themselves in balance. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing because they're going through some change here. All right, especially when you have 3 major arcanas come out, big changes, a big internal shift, and somebody might be waking up to their spirituality. And when that happens, it can be painful. It's a painful growth period, especially when there's parts of ourselves that we have to leave behind, especially old belief systems, because it's interesting. what is that saying? Too old, too wise. It's interesting when we look back at the way that we've always been, and then what used to work just doesn't work anymore. That's part of growth, right? And that's how we learn. And especially with this B&J, like you've got the black pillar and the white, and that's what the high priestess speaks about, is incorporating the gray. And a lot of people think in extremes. It's a cognitive distortion. So a lot of people think that it has to be one way or the other. They don't understand the importance of gray. So sometimes what may seem completely wrong in one situation, like focus on that black pillar, might actually seem right in another. You can take, like, how do I explain the complexity of this? Watch the movie The Boondock Saints. It's one of the, it helps to put it into perspective, right? Which is, you've got these horrible people that are doing exceptionally bad things, and then you have these guys that come in and they end up going out and killing all the bad guys. Now, killing is wrong to begin with, but yet they're doing it for a reason, to rid bad. So is it, you know what I'm saying? It really gets you thinking about, is it really bad to get rid of bad? It just gets your mind going, right? And then you got to think these things through. And then what's interesting about it is that you come to a point of making peace with it. I know that sounds a little weird, but maybe you make peace with the fact that sometimes we have to fight fire with fire, right? And that would be what situations such as death penalties. Like these are big questions. These are big things, big answers that we all have to find within ourselves and to determine what is right or wrong. And it can keep us stuck. It can keep us stuck because some of us may think to ourselves, killing is wrong. But what if you are put in a situation where it's life or death and somebody is attacking you? And what if you accidentally kill them because you're defending yourself? That's the gray area. So your old thought belief systems would be, oh, it's horrible to kill somebody. But then all of a sudden they came at you, say with a knife or a gun, and you're like, what the? And your biological instincts kick in and you go into fight or flight. You're just trying to survive and you end up really damaging somebody else. Are you evil with this black? Or were you simply trying to survive? And there you have it. You have the gray. So it wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it just was what it was, and you had to survive. So it's these kind of big changes that I'm talking about. These kinds of big questions. I know it's a little intense, especially at 7 o'clock in the morning. But if anyone's intense and can get this, it's Scorpios. So cross watchers, even if this is for you, understand that there's just some big changes that either Scorp is going through, or Scorps understand that this is some big changes that your partner might be going through. And surrender to play. Yes. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. Isn't that right? I mean, didn't we just get into some intense thoughts? So Spirit is saying, surrender to some play. Enjoy some time. Let's see what the dark mirror has to say. Dark mirror. Revenge. Ooh. Okay, and this could be the blockage too. So surrender to play, stop overthinking, because maybe you're at this point where you're wanting revenge, and this is a Scorpio thing. Okay? Maybe that's what this whole thing is about. Maybe that's what you're struggling with. Do I take revenge upon somebody? Does this make me a bad person? Or maybe you're afraid that, how do I put it? Maybe you're afraid that you're going to be spiritually punished if you take revenge, but something to do with revenge here is really what's weighing on the mind. So get into some play. and come back to it and then really consider whether or not you want to take revenge. Or maybe you're pondering or healing from the past that you did take revenge and it was pretty nasty. And then you felt bad after the fact, right? Because you're like, okay, maybe I took it a little too far. But regardless, whatever it is that you're dealing with, you're going to get through this and you're going to find some clarity and you will be able to make the peace with it. What else? Receive. This is your intent card. Beautiful. Receive, receive, receive. See what it says. The acts of giving and receiving go hand in hand. A lot of people have trouble receiving. The next time somebody tries to help you, give them the gift of receiving it in kind. They are happy to give the gift of helping. Ask yourself, in which areas of my life am I too prideful to receive assistance or support? This might be true too, because like I said, for those that are feeling a little not so strong at the moment, what was I saying? Like even Superman needs Lois. Like everybody, and even Superwoman needs Superman's love. So it comes down to maybe letting somebody in and maybe allowing them to love you, right? But like we were talking about in terms of past belief systems, like, oh, all relationships have betrayed me. Maybe it's a matter of getting past that belief, right? All right, Scorps, I hope this resonated for some of you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.